Hey YouTube, this is TCG Shack here, and sorry I've not uploaded any videos in like the last month, but been busy with uni and that, but I've been playing locals still. I've been playing Black Wings before, gave Scraps a break, and now I'm back to Scraps because I'm getting ready for YCS Brighton, and I'm trying to figure out if I should play Scraps or Black Wings in the YCS. And I'm just testing stuff out, see what happens. I've also got Gravekeepers and Worms and stuff like that, but I prefer to stick with stuff that I know more. And Scraps and Black Wings are two decks that I've played most of the time. But I decided to try out a new Scrap build, completely new, because with the new Rescue Rabbit out, bring out Dolka and Laggy, I think it's called, be able to negate stuff by removing their material. It's making it a lot harder for Scraps to pull off their plates, since they can just, with like Dalki, I can't remember names, the dragon guys that need dinosaurs, because they can just remove from play their stuff, stop your plays, because we need to get our plays off to be able to stand a chance. So obviously, since they're stopping our plays and just beating our head in, getting Tour Guide, grab it back, avarice everything back if everything gets destroyed, becomes ridiculous. But anyway, I've created this new deck where there's more traps in it now, since we need to be able to kill them off before we can get our plays off. So it's a 43 card deck. I can't think of what to take out during the time when I built it. So here it is. I went 3-2 today, and I'll explain that after the deck. 3 Chimera, as obviously, triple Tengu, 2 Beast, 2 Goblin, still working on the second gold one. I get bored and drawing them. And 2 Veilers. That's the only monsters I run now. I've taken out the Mechlord Granels, Orpheus and Golem. Yes, I like the plays they did, but since I was needing room for all the traps to put back in, I had to take them out, since those are the ones most likely to take out. The last card of the monster lineup to take out would be one more Goblin, but with only 12 monsters now and 2 of them being Veiler, it becomes hard for us to draw into our monsters early game, which was the problem I had today. And obviously you run the free scrapyards to search, but even at that it was quite hard to get my monsters, so I'm wanting to cut down on it, maybe add a third duality back into it as well, so I can search a bit more and be able to get through my deck quicker. But I'll be testing stuff out, so I'll be ready for YCS. Spells, 3 Scrap Storms, 3 Scrapyards, as I've said before, because we need the search power, and triple MST, because again we hate back row and we can gain easy pluses with that with Scrap Dragon. I'm not going to take MST back down to 2, because pretty much we need to destroy our back row, we need to get our plays off, otherwise we just lose. 2 dualities, as I said, I'm thinking of going to the third one. Scapegoat, Book of Moon, yeah, I got bored, it's gold one as you've seen before. Mind Control, still a good card, and the free power guys, that's most likely one of these is going to get banned. Most likely either one heavy or one dark hole, maybe the reborn as well, but we'll just have to wait and see. Now the new trap lineup, this is the traps. 2 D prisons. I like this card now, it's still doing well. You actually do not see MST as much as you thought, so D prison's actually still a good card. Starlight Road, since 2 of them, since I set a lot, and this will avoid the heavy storms and that, it protects the back row, and I can actually set more to stop all those plays that the big guys make. I might put that back down to 1, I'm still not sure. I'd like to test 2 out right now. I'll be testing 1 again soon, and we're going basically like that. 2 Call of the Haunted. I've considered putting this down to 1 as well. I'm probably going to actually take 1 Starlight Road out first and see how that goes. 2 Horn of the Phantom Beasts, good card, amazing when, if they failure your Chimera, they attack over, like your Beast or that, with a 1-8 guy or whatever. Horn of the Fat Beast start gaining pluses since it makes them 2-5. Strong enough to take out Monarchs. The Solemn Brigade. Finally got 2 LTs, yay. TT, Mirror Force, and the Broken Trap Dust Shoot. Dust Shoot is stupid, this format. Turn 1 Dust Shoot, you pretty much, unless they've got a broken hand, still, you've pretty much just managed to win the game off by that. Because you just have the knowledge of what they have, and you just play around it. And it can really screw them up as well. Say if they had like only 1 rescue rabbit, if they're playing that. Light Swarms, if they only had 1 monster they can summon. It just really can really make game change. Extra deck. I've got 1 Librarian, 1 Cataster, pretty much the staples, Bryo, Black Rose, 2 Stardust because I run 2 Starlight Roads. I'm probably going to take 1 down if I'm going to play Starlight Road back to 1, because I do not synchro into Stardust at all unless I'm against Light Swarms and I predict a Raikou there. That's really it. So I'll probably be putting that down to 1 and replace the next one with the Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, because it gives me another room in the extra deck for some cards that I like. Xyz, well, I've still got more synchros, but Utopia, I might change that to Gem Knight Pearl when that comes out, because you need a 2/6 guy, because it runs over a lot more things, but Utopia has an effect, so I'm considering keeping those 2 in, but I'm not sure. And Steel Swarm Roach, which I bought because I needed it for YCS. Probably going to run 3 or 2 Xyz, I'll test them out, see how much I actually use them. The 2 Naturias that you run, never liked Landois. The 1 Archfiend, the 3 Dragons, and the 1 Twin, since I no longer run Golem, but I like to have a twin just in case I reborn something of theirs or mind control, and I like to synchro with them. Side deck, this one has changed a bit. I had 2 Kaikos. I actually did not like this card in side deck. I didn't really see it becoming useful. I didn't side it in really, since stuff like rabbits, they actually just remove from play their rabbit. They don't remove play from graveyard, but the only thing it stops is removing from play stuff that you've killed, and with D-Prison and all that, now you kind of don't have that. Sorry. And the only thing it really stops is BLS, Chaos Sarks, and that, and the plant engine isn't ran in that, but I'd like to see the next American YCS, what does well there, because there's not really any Tengu plants in our locals, so I didn't really get a test out, but right now I'm going to take that out for 2 Bottomless, because Bottomless actually affects Rescue Rabbit decks a lot more, since they bring out the 2 guys that's big dinosaurs and Bottomless them, which is pretty good. 2 DD Crows, both ulti now, yay. That's actually still a good card. It can affect, you decide that in, pretty much, it's kind of like Kaiko's, but DD Crow, since it activates from hand and you don't need to summon it or anything. I prefer DD Crow over Kaiko, but again, I need to basically play around with it a bit more. 2 Sidras. Karakuris are going to be there, so meh. 2 Thunder Kings. Still can't get the second secret. 2 Gosm Match. Stops rabbits as well. Stops quite a few decks as well that basically go into multiple synchros. Even with MST at 3, it's still a good card. 2 Chain Ds. First time ever managed to Chain D a tour guide. people are quite surprised. People are quite happy at that. First time they've seen 3 tour guys removed from play. Someone even took a picture. You know who you are. 2 debunks for basically stuff that stun, so they'll have DD Crows and Feck Veilers. Also works against Tengus and opposing scrap decks, Dark Worlds, stuff like that. And the last Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. I'm probably, as I said, I'm going to change the Kaikos into bottomlesses. And I might put in the Furdy Prison. Sorry, but I'll need to play around and see what there is. But that's pretty much the deck. And obviously, my tokens. I've got 2 scapegoat tokens, one of my homemade ones, and my unbreadable wall, which you probably haven't seen since the start of the video. Of my starting YouTube's videos. Yeah, unbreadable wall. Well, today went 3-2. Game 1 went against a Fable deck. Wasn't much of a problem. All the traps I had actually stopped all their plays, and pretty much was an easy win from that. Game 2, I went against the new Evil deck, the dinosaur guys. He didn't have the Xyz, so it was a good game, but somehow we ended up going top deck mode, and since I had the bigger guys most of the time, I was able to win, and I had the traps to actually stop them. So traps are actually still pretty good this format, which is pretty nice to know. Game 3, I went against Hero Beat. It was a close game. Had a fun game there. Pretty much, a lot of times he gem sparked a lot of my stuff, which was annoying. But I called a lot of them, and in the end, he did misplay. He set a Stratos because I had like Thunder. I didn't have Thunder King at that time. I had basically, I think it was a Scrap Dragon and a Scrap Chimera, which got Veilered, I think, and he's just set a Veiler and that, and from that I was able to win, because if he summoned a Veiler, he would have been able to get an Alias, and next turn he would have drew Super Poly, which that's when he scooped, because I thought he was going to summon Stratos, but he decided to set it to basically stop his damage, but Super Poly could actually gone back in the game, because he would have Super Poly'd my Scrap Dragon. But, oh well. Game 4, I went against the infamous Stupid Paul and his Tour Guide Rabid Dinosaur deck. He won Game 1 quite easily, actually. I managed to get Game 2 by just stopping all his plays all the time and just pounding him with my Scrap Dragons. Game 3, again, it went into top deck pretty much, and it's just whenever we get something was able to kill it, and in the end he was finally able to get that last monster to beat me in the end. But before I played him with the deck before with just the spells and few traps. Couldn't even do anything against them, so shows that the traps actually do help against a rabbit deck in scraps, and even with MST at 3, it's still worth actually playing the traps. Game 4, I went against Karakuris. He managed, again it was 2-1, but he's managed to get all his plays off before I was able to basically get any synchros. When I did, it's got stuff like D-prisoned and that, so ah well. In the end, I got an Ulti Dad and Jank. And also, the guy I played at the end, which I would have got his place if I won, got 2 Ultra Sangans. So in the end, we both got something, got our money's worth, and also Stupid Paul came first, got Jank. Yeah, take that. But I'm still testing stuff out for YCS. Hopefully I'll have a deck soon. and I'll also post up how I do at YCS. So hopefully you'll see me talk with scraps. Hopefully, if I can stop those rabbits. So, see you YouTube.